Well, hello again, and welcome back to Better Living Concepts Book Club series. My name is Ryan, and this is my wife Janine, and we've been your host for the last several weeks on the book Sunfood Diet Success System by David Wolfe. And in this installment, we are on lesson 20, and the subject at hand is teeth.
Yes.
Which was very interesting. Mm-hmm. Yes. So, anything you want to thoughts? Let me ask you this. Before we looked at this very short chapter, did you ever have any thoughts on your teeth?
Yeah, just that they're important.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And they're pretty.
Well,
they're beautiful. So, but no, I mean, other than just going to the dentist every couple times a year, having them cleaned or whatever, I guess you proved my point, and that is that we generally don't even think about our teeth throughout our life, and the importance that they have on our health.
Until you have a pain or a problem with them, you don't think about them very much.
Right.
At least.
Yeah, we take them for granted.
Mm-hmm.
That they just simply help us chew our food, but there's so much more to them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and listen to the reading, and it'll be short and sweet, but again, powerful as is his custom, David, that is. And we'll be back in just a little bit with some follow-up comments. The Sunfood Diet Success System by David Wolfe. Lesson 20, Teeth. One of the ways anthropologists date human fossils is by looking at skull teeth. The more modern the fossil, the more tooth decay. Analysis of striations on fossilized teeth show no decay or premature wear when hominids ate a raw vegetation diet. Most paleontologists agree that tooth decay coincided with the discovery of fire and accelerated with the advent of agriculture. An unbalanced cooked diet lacking in alkaline minerals such as calcium, magnesium, and silicon, and high in sugar and acid-forming minerals such as phosphorus or chlorine, damages teeth formation. Because the buds that become the teeth are formed in the prenatal stage, the diet of the mother has a lifelong influence. Due to improper nutrition, the body does not have the energy or minerals with which to properly control the eruption of teeth into the mouth. Poor nutrition results in crowded and malformed teeth along with an altered bite. These structural dental challenges begin essentially as birth defects and are exacerbated by continuous improper nutrition. T.C. Fry reported in an article entitled "The Myth of Health in America," which appeared in Dr. Shelton's Hygienic Review, that 98.5% of the U.S. population suffers from dental problems of one type or another. These may often be reversed and corrected in one or more generations of eating significantly more mineral-rich organic green leaf vegetables, grass or wheatgrass, certain herbs, horsetail tea or bamboo sap, and other raw foods in general. The average adult human has 32 teeth. 4 canines, the dullest of any primate, 8 incisors, 20 molars, 12.5% dull canines, 25% incisor teeth, 62.5% grinding teeth. This indicates that the majority of what we should eat is food which must be chewed or ground up, such as fibrous plant matter and seeds. Calcium combines with phosphorus to form calcium phosphate crystals that build the structure of bones and teeth. These crystals are incredibly light and are formed into a pattern similar to that found in a diamond. They have a weight-bearing capacity 4 times greater than an equal amount of reinforced concrete. Teeth and bones are dynamic living tissues that are constantly being replaced and rebuilt. To support this process, both calcium and phosphorus are required in a 1-to-1 ratio. Most people follow a diet high in phosphorus, foods such as cooked rice or grains, nuts, potatoes, and corn chips and meat, but they do not balance their diet with easy-to-assimilate calcium-rich foods, green-leafed vegetables. This creates an acid condition that leaches calcium from the bones and especially the teeth to neutralize the acid, thus leading to tooth weakening and decay. Meats, nuts, and grains are the heaviest foods in acid-forming minerals. Undoubtedly, the introduction of milk products high in calcium into the human diet coincided with the explosion in meat and grain consumption when humans domesticated grazing animals and wild grains. Because pasteurized or cooked milk products are not suitable for human consumption, and for other reasons mentioned in earlier lessons, calcium should come primarily from green-leafed vegetables and or their juices. Contrary to the belief that fruits are alkaline, many fruits are slightly acidic in their end mineral breakdown, meaning they contain slightly more phosphorus than calcium. Reference Lesson 14, Sapody-Brooks Capnet chart. Even alkaline fruits such as oranges have such a strong acidic acid content that if eaten excessively, may damage tooth enamel unless the teeth are cleaned with a brush and an antimicrobial substance such as hydrogen peroxide or green leaves after a meal. Raw foodists and fruit enthusiasts can develop dental challenges if green leaves are not included in the diet in adequate proportions to provide alkalinity and an excellent calcium-phosphorus balance. Green leafy vegetables help clean sugar from the teeth. The harmful effects of refined and processed sugars on teeth have been well established, but even excessive fruit sugar can damage the teeth, although not to the degree as these other types. The body best assimilates calcium when both magnesium and manganese are present together. Green leafy vegetables are high in magnesium, manganese, and silicon. Spinach is the best source of all three of these minerals together. When eating, one should daily consume 1,000 milligrams of calcium, 300 milligrams of magnesium, and 5 milligrams of manganese. 1 to 2 pounds of whole or juiced green leafy vegetables will be adequate. Silicon residue foods play a major role in bone and teeth formation in the body. A high intake of silicon residue foods has been shown to heal broken bones at an accelerated rate. See Louis Kervran's book, Biological Transmutations. Silicon residue foods include bamboo sap or shoots, horsetail, an herb, hemp leaf, oats, cucumbers, lettuce, nopals, prickly pear, cactus leaves, okra, ripe bell peppers, radishes, and tomatoes. Chewing green leaves helps clean and repair the teeth. I like to say, in my seminars, a few days of leafernarianism, eating leaves, naturally brushes the teeth and helps heal mineral deficiencies. Lodging, like the primates, is an excellent way to heal the mouth of pyorrhea, gum disease, and cavities. Lodging means to load your mouth with greens and chew and compress the pulpy matter into the teeth and gums like a ball player who chews tobacco. Continue to chew and compress the pulpy matter in the mouth for 30 to 45 minutes without swallowing. Years ago, I did this every day for weeks at a time for lunch by chewing on mouthfuls of wild malva for 20 to 30 minutes. Lodging with wild food heightens the healing potential. Having said all that, the coup de grace of tooth health and healing comes back to the simple logic of observing nature. Which animals possess the strongest teeth? The ruminants, the cow, horse, zebra, goat, wildebeest, etc. These animals are primarily grass eaters. I have made light of this observation in my experience. Nothing works better for strengthening teeth than chewing wild grasses. Be sure to maintain excellent dental hygiene by doing the following. 1. Be sure to daily floss between all of the teeth. Unlike a natural animal's teeth, the average person's teeth are crowded together. Number 2. Brush your teeth daily. Be sure to also brush your gums and tongue. The apes are often seen cleaning their teeth with small chewed up branches rich with resin, much as we use a toothbrush. Consider using 3% food-grade hydrogen peroxide, sea salt, and or essential oils instead of toothpaste. Brush your teeth, rinse and gargle with fresh ocean water if at all possible. I do not use toothpaste and have not since 1992. I used to brush my teeth with sea salt and or essential oils. Since I've had the metal taken out of my mouth, I now always use food grade 3% hydrogen peroxide in a spray bottle for my dental hygiene. If you have metal fillings in your mouth, do not use hydrogen peroxide, as it can draw metal and mercury ions into your salivary environment, thus degrading fillings and exposing one to heavy metal toxicity. Of important notice here is that the mouth environment of high acidity and a diet high in sugar are relatively incapable of damaging teeth without the aid of plaque-forming streptococci bacteria. Certain essential oils, and especially hydrogen peroxide, kill these bacteria. 3. Eat green leafy vegetables and chew on grass. Green leaves and grass blades are the best source of calcium and mineral salts. Chlorophyll is a mineralized medicine. Our teeth are living bones whose primary minerals are calcium and phosphorus, aided by silicon, magnesium, and manganese. And 4. In my experience working with people, I have found that fasting is a good way to heal a minor toothache. A minor toothache may be the body's signal that it needs a rest from the constant food bombardment so that it may heal. After fasting on water for a few days, brush your teeth clean and then consider giving your gums a complete physiological rest from food and brushing for several more days. If you have a severe pain in a tooth, have lost a tooth, have an infection, have a chipped tooth, have bleeding gums, or if teeth problems persist, please see a holistic dentist. Action steps. Teeth. 1. As you begin the Sunfood diet, set up an appointment to have your teeth cleaned by a dental hygienist. Have all the excess residue removed from your teeth. This will help to give you a fresh start. 2. Have mercury amalgam fillings removed from your mouth as soon as safely as you are capable. Mercury is one of the most toxic substances known and should not be in our mouths. I know individuals and friends who were close to death from mercury poisoning due to leaching amalgam fillings. They had the mercury removed, discovered eating raw plant foods, sought other alternative healing methodologies, and healed. Consult a holistic dentist for proper removal and replacement. Be sure that you're protected from mercury amalgam dust by a rubber dam when you have your fillings removed. The presence of metals in the mouth causes an electrical short circuit of the vital nerve energies. This is true not only for the specific area where the metal is located, but will also be reflected in other parts of the organism that corresponds to that area of the body's circuitry. Thus, an amalgam filling in the lower left molar may affect the sigmoid colon, or an amalgam filling in the eye tooth may affect the eye, etc. 3. Read The Whole Body Dentistry by Mark Briner, DDS, and It's All in Your Head by Dr. Hal Huggins. Here is the reading, chapter 20. Here we go.
Wow.
Wow, indeed, yeah. Again, short and sweet.
Yes.
Very powerful.
Learned a lot.
Learned a lot. What stuck out to you in this particular chapter?
Well, I think just the confirmation that our teeth are formed really before we're born, so that, you know, our mother's diet, it has a significant role in our own well-being.
That was very interesting to me.
Yeah.
And to think that it actually has a lifelong impact.
Yes.
Was remarkable. You know.
Yeah.
So often we think that, okay, now that this young person is existing on their own, even though we're caring for them for 18 years or whatever, we think that, you know, their system is entirely separated from our own, but that's not necessarily true.
Right.
Fascinating.
All the framework, it's all there before they're born, even though they're not born with teeth, right?
Totally true.
Yeah, really.
The buds are there. Yeah.
I mean, the human body is just such a fascinating machine.
It really is. Yeah.
So the other thing was just that chewing on greens actually helps clean your teeth. That was one. And that, you know, he lists horses, zebras, all these grass-eating animals, but they really don't have teeth problems, so to speak, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, fascinating.
Also, that our human teeth are closer together. So from that perspective, flossing can be a helpful thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So teeth and bones are dynamic living tissues
Yeah.
that are constantly being replaced and rebuilt.
Yeah. It's pretty amazing.
It is pretty amazing. I mean, especially when you think about the fact that they look the same year to year.
Mm-hmm.
But,
Yeah.
but they're being rebuilt regularly.
Yes.
Amazing.
It is amazing.
Yes, and of course he gives us, what we need to support this process. Both calcium and phosphorus are required, and yeah.
Yeah, the chemistry was really enlightening too. I think it makes sense, right, that chemistry would play such a huge part in our mouth, in our teeth.
Mm-hmm.
But again, it's something that I don't know that we think about that often.
Right.
Yeah.
And whether or not something is acid forming or alkaline, that applies here too.
Yeah, I thought that
equally
was
as important in that regard. Yeah.
very key.
Contrary to the belief that fruits are alkaline, many fruits are slightly acidic in their end mineral breakdown, meaning they contain slightly more phosphorus than calcium. Thought that was interesting. So it's just really good information to know. And the other thought he had too was when you were talking about chewing green leafy vegetables, that helps to clean the sugar from your teeth.
Yeah, very important.
Yeah, interesting there.
And repair the teeth.
Yeah. So the lesson there is to always have a leaf of kale hanging out somewhere, so you can have after your banana cream pie.
What he said, a lot of tobacco.
Yeah, not that we do tobacco, but in the manner of.
Yes.
That same thing, yeah. So pretty interesting, good information. And then what was interesting too, and you made note of this, in the action steps when he's talking about the mercury fillings that people had.
Yeah.
An amalgam filling in the lower left molar may affect the sigmoid colon, or an amalgam filling in the eye tooth may affect the eye. So it's interesting that, even though it's in the mouth, I had them and I've had them removed, but a specific tooth will affect a certain area of the body. It's not just because you have it in your mouth it's going to leach into everywhere of your body, but that's probably true to some extent. But it impacts a specific area based on the tooth. That was interesting.
So it's interesting to me that he just included this in the action steps, that he didn't actually go into this more in the the bulk of the chapter,
right?
Because it seems so huge to me.
You could probably write a chapter on that alone.
Yeah, but he's recommending that you read Whole Body Dentistry. Yeah. By Mark Briner. It's All in Your Head by Dr. Hal Huggins. I think we're going to have to get those books.
I think so, yeah. So not a whole lot to talk about on this chapter, but it is impactful. And
yeah, I mean, we probably could have gone a little deeper into the chemistry of it, but I think just understanding, that the combinations need to be there, right? The magnesium with the calcium, right? Just to be careful. I think that's probably where salt comes in too handy, right? Magnesium and manganese are present together. That's when the calcium is assimilated better.
Yeah.
So just being aware. Oh, and also that he doesn't use toothpaste, that he uses hydrogen peroxide.
That was interesting.
Yeah, but don't use it if you've got metal in your mouth.
Right.
So, yeah, I think there's lots more we could probably learn there.
Yeah.
I'd love to get those books that he's recommending.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it?
Yeah, that's all.
All right. Well, again, short and sweet. Thank you for joining us on this episode. Next week is lesson 21, where Dave dives right into the sun. The sun is the topic.
Oh, wow.
Which, you look at the title of the book, The Sunfood Diet Success System. This book is all about the sun and its impact on all of these different areas of our life. And so I'm really intrigued to see what he's got for that chapter. I really look forward to that one. So, with that, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time down the road.